Hey everybody, I'm Aaron Simmons. This is Philosophy for Where We Find Ourselves, December 2nd, 2020. Well, I'm up here for a hike with my son on the mountains between North Carolina and South Carolina. And you can see we're standing here on top of this ridge. You can see the beautiful line behind me. But it started me thinking about an important lesson that I've learned from the philosopher and good friend of mine, Tom Morris. Tom does a lot of speaking to companies and corporations, and he tries to get them to think about how philosophy can hit us where we are, can help us live more effectively, and actually be more successful in our businesses. Well, one of the things that Tom has taught me is the importance of not getting distracted by a particular view that then yields complacency. In other words, where I'm trying to go is not where I'm currently standing. It's in fact the peak behind me. I'm not sure you can see it very well, but way up there is where we're actually heading. And so it would be fine to stay here and remain complacent because the view behind me is gorgeous. But what's really tricky is if we walk over here, we can realize that in order to get to that tall peak that we're trying to strive toward, we in fact don't just go straight up, but in fact, we have to go downhill. When we go downhill, it's to make possible the next ascent. It's where we gain strength, it's where we recover, and then we can make the final move toward the top. This is actually something that we can also learn from Kierkegaard and Nietzsche. Nietzsche says that it's important to go under before trying to triumph over. Kierkegaard reminds us that life is a struggle uphill, but it is a reminder that when we struggle uphill, it is a struggle that is worthwhile. As we go down, we risk going someplace that is less good than we currently occupy. But we also make possible going someplace that is far greater than where we currently are. That's what I want to encourage you with today. Let's learn from Tom Morris that it's important to recognize risks, but overcome them in order to triumph over the next obstacle. This is what true leaders understand. They guide their teams, their communities into places that look like it's a retreat, downhill compared to the beautiful view where we currently are. But leaders understand that when you go down, it allows you then to return upwards. I'll come back with you in a few minutes and show you where it is that this downhill slope made possible for my son and I. Talk to you in a minute. All right, so we've made it up to the top after going back downhill, risking things, facing some obstacles. We had to ascend again, even after we were tired. And here's where we have found ourselves. I should note I'm wearing a mask because there's some people a little ways away from us, but let me show you what it is that having the vision to go down in order to come back up can make possible. How about that? This right here is way more compelling than where we stopped the first time. Had we stayed complacent and stayed there, our complacency would have caused us to miss out on the better view just down the trail. As Tom Morris reminds us, don't be afraid to go downhill in order to go back up. Follow leaders that are willing to lead you back into the forest in order to allow you to emerge on the rock face that is yet to come. Thank you again for watching. We'll see you next time, unless a piano falls on our heads.